Hey guys, Tomboy61, and today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars Republic Commando because it has finally come to backwards compatibility on the Xbox. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. We'll be reviewing it up next. So if you don't know what Republic Commando is, it is a tactical shooter set in the Star Wars universe. Back during the wonderful Clone Wars, it follows the tale of Delta Squad, an elite group of clone commandos, through 3 missions during the Clone Wars. Trained in squads of 4 by Mandalorian mercs, the commandos are more capable than their rank-and-file clone brethren, having undergone live fire training as opposed to the mere computerized simulations that most of the other clones go through. Now, all clone commandos were proficient with a large variety of weapons, computer systems, and demolitions equipment. The game covers Delta Squad's activities in 3 locations: the planet Geonosis, a derelict acclimator assault ship called the Persecutor, and the planet of Kashyyyk. Now, in each of these locations, the player and the squad go through a series of objectives while battling against enemy forces, ranging from the droids to Trandoshans to, pretty much everything. Now, the player is assisted through the game by a clone advisor who regularly updates mission objectives, and, he's your regular overarching narrator to tell you where the fuck to go, because luckily you probably won't need much help because this is a very linear game. The biggest criticisms for this game is just how linear it is, but it's still a pretty great game. As far as single player Star Wars games go, it's pretty amazing. Also, it gets kind of difficult. Now, you do have 3 other commandos backing you up through the missions to kind of ease the game. You're able to order them to go splice things, to breach a door, to set up a sniper post, to do all these things, and each one of them specializes in a certain skill set. However, none of them gain a benefit. So first one is Scorch. He's Delta Squad's munitions expert, often making witty comments. He has an inflated sense of irony, which some mistook for fatalism. He often verbally spars with fellow squad members, Sev, and Scorch's unique armor has yellow patches on the wrists and legs. The next is RC1140. He's a clone commando who prefers to do things by the book, even calling his squad members by their numerical designation. He's been given the name Fixer. He often takes it on himself to chastise clone brothers Scorch and Sev when they start to banter. He's the computer expert. He's proficient in computer slicing. He's quiet, very rarely speaking, unless he asks for his opinion. He's the green dude. And finally, you got RC1207, also known as Sev. He is the sniper. He is the guy with the grim sense of humor. He's the one bantering back and forth with Scorch. He's painted his armor blood red, and it looks like he has blood on his armor at all times. He's pretty dope. And like I said, each of them specializes in a different skill, but none of them actually gain a benefit. No matter what you do, it always takes every single person 10 seconds to splice a computer, even if it's Fixer doing it, or there's no one who's more accurate when sniping. So it's a cool idea that they were specialized, but it doesn't actually provide any benefits in the game, which is kind of disappointing, but it's definitely still a fun game all around. Now, you can expect the campaign on this game to last you about 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours, depending on how difficult, how many times you die, how difficult you decide to go with it. But for 10 bucks, that's a pretty fantastic deal. There's not many other such beloved Star Wars games. Now, this game did get a bit of a 4K retouch. They also allowed it to be widescreen. Some of these backwards compatibility original Xbox games do not support widescreen. They stick in that 4:3 aspect ratio. However, this one is fully rocking the full aspect ratio, and it looks great. There's definitely some rough parts. And yeah, the models were difficult, but it's still a blast to play. And this harkens back to a time when Star Wars games were great. They weren't concerned about how good they were, or they weren't concerned about the name attached to them. They just wanted to tell a story. This is one of the few Star Wars games that doesn't have any Jedi in it. You literally are just the clones on the ground telling this little story. It's literally 3 big missions that you go on, only one of them really having to do with the Clone Wars. It's small micro stories, and this is why I like this game, because it fleshes out the universe of Star Wars in a way that we really haven't seen from many other Star Wars games, especially, like I said, pertaining to the fact that there ain't no Jedi. You're not a Jedi in this game. You are just the rank and file. This is like, had Battlefront come out and this was the kind of story we got, I think people would be ecstatic. They'd be very excited, because the whole point of like Battlefront is that you are the rank and file, and this is a story that tells it from the perspective of the rank and file. As far as controls go, you can feel that this game is kind of dated. The right stick is what you use to aim in this game. I'll give you a second. Yeah. Hip fire you'll actually probably be doing most of the time, because they're fairly accurate in hip firing, and the zoom is that right stick. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting game. You have to get used to the controls, but I really like them. The other really cool thing about this game is when you melee, you can get droid guts or whatever guts all over you, and then your visor gets like wiped off. It's really cool. They kind of stole it from Metroid. I really don't care, because it just brings a level of immersion to this game, and it's a ton of fun. So yeah guys, that's Republic Commando on backwards compatibility. It's great. It's $10. I definitely recommend playing it. Like a lot of these Star Wars games, they're pretty great. There's a reason a lot of us have been wanting them to be coming to backwards compat, and I'm finally happy that they're doing it. Guys, if you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the notification squad by hitting that little bell up top. If you like the video, also go ahead, follow me over on the other social medias. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's Twitch, TommyBoy601 on all of those as well. Guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.